What is going on, everyone? Samurai Solo, and I am back with Vampyr. So, we're still here in Pembroke Hospital, getting to know everyone, putting names on these faces. Nope, this something? It is. Crumpled letter. Dear love, I finally found the missing money for the fee asked by the ambulance driver to bring you to the hospital. Don't worry about nothing now except getting better, for I took care of everything. I asked some of our neighbors, and they told me that this Mr. Hooks is something of an honest crook. He may ask for extra money in exchange for a bed, but the bed is then guaranteed. I'm sorry I refused to pay first, and I realize now that the important thing is that you get better soon. The Pembroke Hospital is a good place, I heard. Despite the bad behavior of this Milton Hooks, I promise you that everything is okay now. I'll see you in your clean bed as soon as possible. With fondest love, Nikolai. Nikolai? So Hooks runs rackets on some of the Pembroke's patients. Interesting. We have not run into this guy yet. Okay. Why does I have an eye next to him? You see that? Went away. Hmm. Well, we gotta find new people here. We're not finding any of them so far yet. Wanna know who this Hooks Milton guy is? Oh, we haven't talked to Sean yet. I mean, we know who he is, but we haven't spoke to him. Might as well do that here real quick.
Good evening, Mr. Hampton. How do you feel?
Dr. Reed, is it? Oh, sir, I must apologize for my behavior.
What do you mean?
I was not myself in the factory. Fear and exhaustion made me say awful things to you, I'm afraid.
You remained perfectly nice and polite. A little delirious, perhaps. But who wouldn't be after enduring an abduction?
Thank you, Doctor. That's a relief. Now all I need to do is rest and return to my flock.
How did you end up in William Bishop's den?
I had received alarming news about his recent behavior. I went to his place and he refused to let me go.
Why did he abduct you?
William was an alcoholic. His addiction suddenly changed to blood. I don't know why. Just like a patient I met here. This Miss Hawcroft.
Hawcroft.
You dared to enter this
She's not one.
place alone. You're a hero, Mr. Hampton. Or a fool.
I'm just a man trying to help his friends, Dr. Reed. William Bishop was a conflicted soul, searching for light.
Do you know Tom Watts, the bartender from the Turtle? I met him before I found you in the canning factory.
Tom? Yes, of course. Always the helping hand, good old Tom. Without men like him, corruption and despair would have wiped out the East End long ago.
People are still in despair.
How could it be otherwise? The authorities have left us all to rot in this contagious nightmare. No drugs, no advice, nothing. It's a damn shame.
Who should I avoid in this part of town, then? Any particularly evil figures?
Not really. Most men and women are just doing their best. And it's not my habit to speak ill of people I know, Doctor.
What is the general situation in the East End docks?
The situation has always been tough, with a lot of tensions between the gangs and the dockers' trade union. The wet boot boys are very nervous since they lost their leader.
Who leads the gang now?
Since Clay Cox went missing, it's his wife Edwina who runs the show, with the assistance of her minion, Booth Digby.
Okay.
Has the gang been threatening
Clay was the guy that got stabbed.
I've had this nickname for so long, you know, the sad saint of the East End. No one dares to bug a saint, not even criminals.
What do you do for a living, Mr. Hampton? I can't help but notice the cross around your neck.
I manage a night asylum for the poor and homeless of the docks, and I try to guide the lost and hesitant on the right path to our Lord.
Are you a priest, Mr. Hampton? A deacon, maybe?
Not at all, Doctor. I'm just Just a man of faith willing to preach the good word.
Why didn't you use your cross against William Bishop? To repel him somehow?
That's a very strange question, Doctor. A cross is no magical token, if that's what you were trying to say. Not mine, anyway.
Have you made friends since you arrived?
Not really, but I recognize Miss Harriet Jones. I knew her when she lived by the docks. That poor woman had such a miserable life.
You never came to see her here at Pembroke? Receiving visits when sick can be an important part of the healing process, you know. We're not just bodies.
You're preaching to the converted now, Doctor. To be truly honest, I thought she was dead. She left the docks many months ago.
How do you feel, Mr. Hampton? Medically speaking, I mean.
I feel exhausted. Beyond exhaustion, actually. William drank so much of my blood in his madness. I feel empty.
You're in good hands here. Dr. Swansea is well versed in blood transfusion, and I'm sure he'll take the best care of you.
Thank you, sir. I believe all I need is rest. And then I can go back to the people who need me.
Okay.
Goodbye, Mr. Hampton. We'll talk again later. It's locked.
Someone unknown, but... Oh. New person here.
Good evening, nurse.
Good evening, Doctor. I don't think we've been introduced yet. My name is Pippa Hawkins.
And I'm Dr. Jonathan Reed. Dr. Swansea has recently offered me a position in this hospital.
Well, it's a euphemism that your help will be appreciated, Doctor.
How would you describe the situation at the Pembroke Hospital?
It's serious. The flu is wreaking havoc amongst the staff and patients. We are running out of everything.
Nurse Hawkins, the Spanish flu won't last forever. Even the Black Plague didn't kill everyone.
I wish I could believe you. But what if this epidemic was worse? What if in the end, nobody was spared?
You must get a hold of yourself, nurse.
Sorry, I'm exhausted. No one has any idea when this epidemic will be over.
How long have you been a nurse?
Well, long enough to see that the epidemic is winning. And no matter how qualified you are, don't tell me you'll change that.
You're right. When dealing with such a terrible disease, one must remain humble. But that doesn't mean we shouldn't try our best.
Sorry, Doctor. I don't want to sound bitter, but I'm just too tired to give a pep talk like Nurse Brannigan.
How is the Pembroke staff coping with the epidemic?
Well, not well. Milton, the ambulance driver, is even more grumpy than usual, especially concerning doctors.
Why is Milton grumpy on a daily basis? Is it just an act?
Milton's not the kind of man who's bothered about a bad reputation, whether he deserved it or not.
Milton's reputation is mediocre among his colleagues. He's also running those rackets. We haven't run into him yet.
Why does Milton dislike doctors?
I don't know. Just ask him. But be warned, Milton is not the chatty type.
Oh, we'll make him the chatty type. Need hints for that. Alright.
Goodbye, Nurse Hawkins.
Where was those other unknowns at? Kinda got turned around a little bit. Up, I see Milton. Let's go speak to him right now, actually. Any items around here real quick? Nothing? Alright.
Good evening, sir. I'm Dr. Jonathan Reed. I'm new here.
I've already heard about you, Dr. Reed. I'm Milton Hooks, the ambulance driver for this shithole of a hospital.
That's quite a blunt introduction, Mr. Hooks.
You can call me Milton. I like to speak my mind, Dr. Reed. Perk of the job. Don't judge me, and I won't judge you.
I'm not sure I understand what you're talking about.
Well, I'm no doctor, but I'm pretty sure a gun can't be used as a surgical instrument.
You have a keen eye. I learned to shoot during the war, and have carried one ever since. Old habits die hard.
No need to explain, Dr. Reed.
All habits?
If you
Isn't that
ever
old?
need a better gun,
The captain said
remember,
all.
I may have something for you.
Oh, we can trade with him too, okay. We could mesmerize him now, it looks like. Let me see the details. Oh, no, actually we cannot. He's level 2. I'm not going to right now anyway, I was just curious. Alright, let's,
How is the situation around here?
You want to hear the situation is all right? It's fucking awful. We lack everything, and it's getting worse every day.
So what do you do exactly in this hospital? Apart from smuggling guns, I mean.
I've been an ambulance driver since... too long, I guess. I'll bring sick people here night and day. It's a dirty job, but I get it done. Most of the time.
Since you're on the front line, how is the sanitary situation in this vicinity?
It's a complete disaster. It's even getting dangerous to enter some streets or buildings. Even the locals attack you.
It sounds like things have been a bit rough recently. What's happened?
Yesterday I got attacked by the patient I was bringing in. I escaped from the hospital's garden, but I lost my wallet when I was running.
You left an infected patient outside the hospital. That's incredibly dangerous.
Go there yourself if you want, but be careful, Doctor. I'd rather not bring your dead body back.
okay, he's got a, another investigation, find his wallet.
Are you really smuggling weapons through the hospital?
And why not? I've already been attacked by patients, you know. And by gang members willing to steal my money.
But you're not defending yourself. You're selling guns to civilians.
You keep people alive your own way, Doctor. I offer them another way to protect their health.
Why do you have such a mediocre reputation among your colleagues, Milton?
Fuck them. Nobody knows the horrors I've seen since working here. This city was sick long before the epidemic, Dr. Reed.
I know it's a difficult task, but correct me if I'm wrong. Is this not the job you are paid to do?
I've seen babies left to die while their brothers were properly fed. Underage girls and boys sold to all manner of perverts.
I'm sorry, I don't know what to say.
Yeah, exactly. We lack words. So excuse me if I don't look on the bright side of life.
Tell me why you're extorting money from some of the patients here.
If a patient wants a bed, he'll have to pay me a little fee. That's all.
Where did you get the idea for such an immoral scam?
Funny you should ask. The first time it was from a patient who bribed me to get a bed. It's only then I realized I could make a fortune.
Can't ask him, we need 3 more hints for him, so... We could find his wallet, I'm sure that might have a hint, but let's
I'd
trade.
like to see your goods.
Wise choice, Dr. Reed. A reliable gun is what everybody needs, Lee.
He does sell a gun, Milton shotgun, dang. Very expensive, but pretty neat. Shotgun shells, he sells parts too. Screws, grease, aluminum shards, alright. How do I get to them? Oh yeah, that door's locked.
It's locked, all right.
Okay, so there's 2 people in there. So how many more people are around here? I think that might be those 2 right here. So it still shows 2 more. Did we speak to Elwood yet? I'd see we have his name, but did we already talk to him? I can't remember.
Good evening, sir. Can I help you?
Unless you're here to fix my face.
I'm Dr. Reed. I've recently taken the position of head surgeon here. war injuries, am I right?
You guessed right, Doctor. German shell took my pretty little mug right off. But they still call me Thomas Elwood.
How is your stay with us, Mr. Elwood?
Oh, it's bliss. I just escaped death in the trenches to be surrounded again by the moans of the dying.
Can I ask you precisely why you're a patient here?
It's the pain, sir. The drugs don't work. It just hurts under the scars, if you get my drift.
Can I do anything for your pain?
Nurses gave me a bunch of pills. No effect. Told you. It's like the flames are under my skin, burning away.
Who is treating you? Is someone in particular looking after your case?
Nobody since the old and tired doctor spoke to me. Started to think I was forgotten about. Wouldn't blame you.
You don't seem worried by that.
My face hurts so much more when I smile or cry. I've learned it's easier not to speak. But be assured I'm smiling inside.
Why do you feel responsible for the injury, Thomas? What really happened?
I wasn't disfigured by any German shells. It happened during my leave. It was an accident.
Why lie about it?
Come on. It's one thing to come back disfigured by the Germans. And it's another to get injured in an accident that could have happened to anybody.
You know you can't hide forever. One day you'll have to face your loved ones. Until that day, you have no chance of real recovery.
My friends all died in the trenches. It's shameful enough to be alive for these stupid scars. I don't want my children to see me like this.
So Thomas feels too ashamed by his injury to see his family. See what happened.
What really happened then?
I went with a whore in Rouen. Dead drunk I was. The hotel was a shithole. There was a fire that night.
Did you start the fire? Were you trying to avoid going back to the front? That's not uncommon, you know.
No. It's just that I was asleep when the flames reached the room. The girl was long gone. Bitch never woke me up. Left me to burn.
Where were you stationed, sir? Did you serve for long?
I really don't want to talk about all this shit.
No offense. I was pushing too much. I served in France myself. I just wanted to know what happened to you.
You were an officer, weren't you? Then I doubt we fought the same war, sir. No offense.
How close are you to Miss Horcroft? Are you aware that she thinks she is a vampire?
To wait for her next nibble is the best reason to stay here. Every time she approaches my bed, she treats me like something tasty. A normal person.
Aren't you afraid? She may hurt you if the game goes too far.
She's quite harmless, I can assure you. Her head's broken inside is all. While I'm busted on the outside. But she's still beautiful. Living proof that there's hope for me.
Got all of his hints. So Thomas sees Thelma Halcroft as living proof that there is hope for him.
So do you let her bite you? You know that's not sanitary.
And why not? She's only supping a few drops of my blood. And the pain, it's real for once.
She could decide to bite less willing patients.
Then it's another good reason for me to stay here, Doctor.
You do realize she's mentally disturbed. It's called the Cotard syndrome. She truly believes she's a vampire.
In her madness, she never refers to my scars. And frankly, if I could, I'd join her world. It seems much more fun than the real one.
You told me before you don't want your children to see you like this. Do you have any other family?
My sister Agatha has raised me nippers since their mother died. Don't want them to look at me like this.
How could children despise their father injured in the war?
What do you think? They saw me. Once. My poor angels left the room crying. They keep on having nightmares every week, my sister told me.
Your sister's not a child. I'm sure she has nothing but respect for a wounded soldier, and you are her brother.
You don't know my sister Agatha. She may be young, but she's all discipline and morality. If she ever found out what really happened...
She doesn't have to know.
She's a sly one, my sister. One day she'll find out the truth and knock 7 bells out of me. Nah. I'm better off here.
Dang, he just wants to stay here then. Alright.
Goodbye for now, Mr. Elwood.
And let a girl bite him and suck his blood. So there seems to be no way to get in here.
I cannot enter.
At least for now. Okay, well, I think maybe we could head to the morgue now, maybe? There's still some other people I think we could talk to. Maybe we can find... Oh, here we go. Whoa, what was that? Whoa, what is... Is that the door that was locked? I think it is.
How can I be sure I'll not find your unconscious body in the house again?
I promise you, you'll not find my unconscious body.
For God's sake, how can you say such a thing?
How can you refuse to listen? I tried to warn you for so long.
No, I won't let my only son die. You promised me you'll stay alive.
Your son lied to you, like the whole world lies to us.
Mortimer Gosling. Mortimer intended to take his own life. Looks like the door is open in there. Let's see if we can get in there. Or were they? Let's speak to her first. Oh, like I can't. Oh, there we go.
I'm alright.
Good evening, madam. Can I help you?
It's my son who needs you, sir.
I'm Dr. Jonathan Reed. How can I help your son?
I'm Beatrice Gosling, mother of Mortimer Gosling. Could you check on him, please, Dr. Reed? I've heard much of your talents as a physician.
What can you tell me about yourself, Mrs. Gosling?
Not much to say. Just take care of my Mortimer and I'll cover all the expenses. That's all that matters.
Are you really that rich? Most of the patients here are of a more humble origin, if I may say so.
Yes, thanks to my husband. May he rest in peace. I can cover any needed medical expenses.
Okay.
May I ask if you have an occupation, Mrs. Gosling?
I'm a teacher by profession. I teach young women who are more ambitious about their futures than their families.
What do you think of your reception here? Any complaints?
I have had the uttermost reservations about this hospital since we arrived. But we had no other choice, considering the state of emergency.
Is there something in particular that's bothering you?
Okay, so Beatrice questions the Pembroke Hospital's efficiency.
Some of the staff were not especially welcoming. I suspect they're not accustomed to dealing with patients of such social standing.
Tell me more about your arrival at the Pembroke Hospital. What gave you such a bad first impression?
The ambulance driver was quite rude, for a start.
Milton.
That nurse, Miss Hawkins, seems to have quite a dubious attitude.
What do you mean?
She managed to secure a bed for my son despite the epidemic. It was a relief, but it wasn't cheap.
Ah, Hawkins here. Pippa saves bed for patients who can pay. I guess her and Milton are doing their little racket. She's part of it too, I guess, huh?
She charged you for a bed?
Yes, and I paid without question, considering the urgency of the situation.
I share your concern, Mrs. Goswick. Be sure that I'll talk to the people involved.
I don't expect compensation, Dr. Reed. But I'm aware such behavior would not be tolerated in other hospitals.
Your son wished to die, Beatrice. Why did you hide such crucial information?
Are you not aware suicide is a crime? Mortimer could be thrown in jail. I can't let that happen. I won't.
I understand you fear the lead.
Okay, so Beatrice hit her son's suicide attempt to keep him out of jail.
Consequences, Mrs. Goswick. But don't you realize your silence significantly affects your son's case?
All my son needs is help and comprehension. Not judgment and punishment for what he may or may not have done.
Okay, that's it.
Goodbye, Mrs. Goswick.
Let me go ahead and speak to him now.
All right. Don't waste your time with me.
Good evening. I'm Dr. Reed. Can I help at all?
No,
Really? Why are you here then?
I don't want to talk. My throat hurts too much.
I suppose that this pain is the reason you're here. Is someone taking care of you?
Yes. And no.
Could you at least tell me your name, sir?
Mortimer. Mortimer Goswick.
How painful is your throat, Mr. Goswick?
So painful I'd rather not talk at all, Doctor.
I'm sure you realize a doctor and his patient have to communicate, sir. Would it help if I gave you some paper and a pen?
Not really.
I see. Then maybe it's not just your throat that hurts, Mr. Goswick. Perhaps your sore throat is just the consequence of something more hurtful.
Yes, maybe. But I don't want to talk or even write about it now.
Why did your mother have you hospitalized here? She seems convinced this is a bad hospital.
My mother just wants the best for me. She won't rest while I'm here. She'd go all the way to hell and back to help me.
Pembroke Hospital may look unorthodox, but rest assured you're in good hands here.
It's not me you have to convince, Dr. Reed. It's my mother.
Is your mother bothering you? As your doctor, I can ask her to leave you alone if you would prefer.
That's tempting, Doctor. But you have no idea what my mother is capable of. She would tie herself to my bed if you asked her to leave.
Tell me about yourself, Mr. Goswick.
I don't want to talk, Doctor.
Admit it, Mortimer. Your mother had you hospitalized here because you tried to kill yourself.
Yes, it's true.
All right, then. This is the first time we've really shared information about your case. Shall we call this progress?
Call it what you want, Dr. Reed.
You can trust me. I won't report you to the authorities. My one and only concern is your health.
I guess I should thank you then.
Can I help you in any way, Mr. Goswick?
I wrote a letter for my mother. She was supposed to read it after my death. But I suppose she doesn't have to read it now.
I see. And is this letter still near the place where you tried to take your own life?
Yes. And I don't want anyone reading my last words. I mean, I'm still here. If you bring me back that letter, then perhaps we'll talk.
Okay, got another investigation. Gave me a key. Alright.
I have to go now, sir. But don't hesitate to contact me if you need any help.
Doctor.
Okay, so we're just missing 2 people here. See if we can't find them. Kind of want to speak to Pippa since she's running her little racket with hooks over there. Let's look around real quick. That's him. We saw him already. I don't know where those other 2 are. It's an item. Mortimer's got fatigue. I don't have anything right now to give him. Did we speak to Tippet yet? I don't think we spoke to Tippet, have we? Or have we? Let me find out.
Good evening, sir.
So it is true. The famous Dr. Reed has joined us. I can't think of any better news during these terrible times.
Do we know each other?
Actually, yes. We met once before at the Rockefeller University in New York.
Look at Thelma.
Dr. Tippet, yes, I remember. I was assisting Professor Carell in his
Bugging
research
out.
about coronary bypasses. He had nothing but praise for you.
He was also very confident about your future. And look at you now. Eminent surgeon and blood transfusion specialist.
She's like staring at us. It's funny. Yeah, we haven't spoken to him yet. He's probably someone that we needed to get our face. I don't even know we knew his name.
What is the Pembroke hospital
she's
situation?
Distracting me.
And please, speak freely.
Pippa now is too.
This hospital is not exactly the best of London. I'm sure you are used to working in a better environment.
It's more than enough. In any case, the personnel of a hospital are much more important to me than the building.
Don't be misled by appearances, Dr. Reed. This hospital does not lack talented people. It just lacks hope.
What can you tell me about the staff in the hospital?
Some are really good, and others are not so good. But during this troubled period, there is no time for slander. I prefer to focus on the positive character traits.
Let me see his details. What was the him we had? He's exhausted himself and refuses to stop working. Okay.
Tell me more about cherished people, then.
Nurse Brannigan is a pearl. She is the most helpful and dedicated nurse I've ever worked with. A clever and cheerful woman.
You really seem to admire her skill.
Okay, we got a hint. So Tippet is convinced that Gwyneth Brannigan is overqualified as a nurse. Is that Gwyneth? That is.
I'll go even further.
Gwyneth overqualified as according to Tippet.
If she was a man, she would be a damn fine practitioner.
Any opinion about the management?
I don't always agree with Dr. Swansea's reserve, but I must admit he does all he can to keep this facility running during this crisis.
Ah, yes, the burden of command. I was fed up with this concept while serving as a medical officer.
Don't get me wrong. Swansea's a good administrator. I just wish he would get out of his office now and again.
You're exhausting yourself, Corcoran. Maybe you should think about preserving your strength.
No. We must keep on healing all those poor souls. We are the last rampart before chaos. Once more, unto the breach.
Nurse Brannigan is worried about you, Doctor.
She should not have told you that. I will have a word with her.
You don't have to blame her for her honesty.
I'm not that kind of man, my dear Jonathan. Actually, Nurse Brannigan's opinion is the only one I may listen to.
Okay, nothing more to say to him.
Goodbye, Dr. Tippet.
Pippa, let's speak to you about your little racket you're running, girl. With
Good
Milton.
evening, Nurse Hawkins.
Good evening, Dr. Reed.
I thought I had a hint there. I don't see it, though. It was her, right? Not to say anything to her, though. I thought it was... Let me make sure it was her.
Goodbye, Nurse Hawkins.
Yeah, but I couldn't say anything to her about it anyway, it looked like, and didn't pop up. Okay, well. Unless I have to ask her questions again to find those hints. She had... How many... Let me see one more time
Good
here.
evening.
She has 4 hints. That's 3 of them right here. Okay, so hold on. 4th one would be right there. Okay, yeah, so there's nothing to say then.
Goodbye, Nurse Hawkins.
Alright. So let me see if that got Milton on our thing here. No, there's still 2 people left unaccounted for. I can't find. Oh, unknown. Here we go. How do we get in there? Oh, we're not doing it through here. Where was he? Dang it, I missed him. There he is. What's that mean when it does that? That he can see me, maybe? Oh, that's the door that's locked.
It's locked.
Okay, well... Let's see how we're doing on time here. Okay. Let's go ahead and at least head to the morgue here. So if I just turn on these other investigations, it'll just, let me just check them out real fast here. How do I track them here real quick? Oh, they're right here. And it doesn't actually show where they're at on the map? Hold on. Okay, find out who is spying on Thelma. Okay, you can go to them. I don't see the other ones, though. Maybe they're meant to be found later? Well, we could do this one real quick. Or is that just going to send me to where Thelma's at? And then the map has an arrow pointing down. I wonder if that means anything. Like we got to go lower. Okay, well, whatever. Let's get to the morgue for now. Let's keep our eyes peeled for enemies. Oh yes, look, see, there's the investigation there. I'm assuming that's what... Yeah, okay, there, it's showing it on the map. Other ones aren't popping up, though. This gonna be it? Yes, probably it.
It's locked, all right.
No. You said there was a big door behind the hospital. No, she gave me a key, I remember. Oh, there's something in this can. Anything in here? Oh, just back to the hospital here. Okay. Well, where is this morgue located at is the question. Oh yeah.
There are voices in the
Oh,
garden.
here we go.
I should investigate. If they were to find somebody.
See if we can get a sneak up on him. I'm actually going to switch off to my other weapon. There we go. That way I can use my little stun thing. So they're a little resistant to melee and very much deranged. Is he the only one? If he's the only one, we'll just jump right on him. No, he's not. Watch my stamina. I swear it's actually better to not even lock on. Ooh. Up. Oh my goodness. Oh, whoa, he is still going off on us. I thought he was done attacking us. Not even close. I need to heal up. There we go. Oh, he's still not stunned. Whew, alright. Why does the parry thing keep showing up? I got it. Press triangle to parry. Why is that not there? Watery study blood sample. Okay. What do we have in here? Let's go ahead and head where we're trying to head to. What's this? Oh, it's Milton, a photography of a smiling and loving couple with a few words written on the back. Milton and P. Oh, those two are going out. No wonder why y'all have. Okay.
So, Mr. Hooks and Nurse Hawkins. Those two have hidden their affections well.
Okay, so I'm assuming it's going to probably be behind here. Yeah, this has got to be it, right? Bullets and shotgun shells. We're still getting used to this combat a little bit. Just looking around for items. Looks like everything's upstairs, because I see so far the stuff showing up, but we're gonna look around for stuff though. That might make us leave and then sit through another load screen, so I don't want to do that. Yeah, one thing I feel like they've really nailed is like the soundtrack. There's nothing in here, really? I really like the soundtrack so far in this game. And that's locked. It's gonna be something in here. Yep, here we go. That didn't take long. Let's see if we can get to sneak up on him. I'm sure he's gonna have a friend around the corner too, so let's try to get him quick. Get a bite, then let's claw him up here.
Behavior is similar to the infected William Bishop. Must be the same strain. This sickness moves faster than influenza.
What'd I get there? Oh, cigarette case. Up, here we go. Okay, there's one of them. One's downstairs, so I'm gonna have to figure out how to get up. Maybe there'll be a key or something we have to find. Shillings, that's gonna be...
It's locked.
Yeah. Nope, can't go in there. Bullets, shotgun shells. Kind of tempted to check out the oh. Wrong button. How do I switch to the gun? Hold on. Oh, because I have this in the offhand. Let's try the gun here. How do I unequip something? Do I need to change this then? Oh, okay, that's why. We'll try it out. Okay, there's...
This key will surely
there we go.
Access to the basement.
So now we can go underground to the basement. Alright, let's go ahead and head there. Yeah, I'm not really super impressed. I'm gonna switch back to my... I bet the shotgun would be really nice to have. Go back to our steak. Oh, where's the other item I need? There it is.
Balls of Mars. Fortifiers. As popular as they are ineffective. But they do contain iron tartrate, and that might prove itself useful.
Upstairs, but it doesn't look like we can go in. Oh, little item there. Watery rich blood sample. Whoa. Where was the thing to the morgue? Can't remember exactly where it was at. Oh, there it is, right here. There's no telling what we're going to be facing down here. We got a little glimpse of something there. Maybe I can sneak up on this one.
These skulls feed from corpses and the husks of animals.
Nice.
They're not after blood.
Let's claw him up while we can quickly. Where'd that other one go? Oh, also I have my passive. I just know that it's R2 to use my passive ability. I need to check that out. See how we're doing on time here. Got a little bit of time. Let me see if I can get this real quick for it. Up. Let's claw you up. Oh, hello. All this stuff that's locked I can't get into. Use to list blood absorb. You just acquired a new offhand weapon. Equip it and press triangle to directly absorb blood. Oh, okay. We'll check that out here in a little bit. Can't get in next. Oh, got something here. Death report. Local investigation. New citizen investigations available. Press. Oh, wow. That's awesome. Local citizen investigations are displayed here. Categories by districts. You can start a new citizen quest by tracking it with square. Access locate the area. Then access your map to locate the area to explore. Got it. Guess it's this one. Find out the cause of death. Samuel Connor, 39 years old, unknown occupation, fisherman, type of death natural, probable cause of fast progressive pneumonia by virus-induced pulmonary consolidation, Spanish influenza. Okay.
Mr. Connor's injuries don't match the report.
Oh.
I'd better look into this.
Trying to make sure there's nothing behind me. Oh, we've been spotted. Oh, those claws took him out quick. I'm ready to upgrade that claw. Okay. Oh boy, here we go. John Doe. Dang it, I let him get me. We can heal up though, we're okay. Oh! I might need to try to parry him and switch my weapon. Dang it, too slow. Come on. I managed to get him in the claws. He got stuck in the floor there. Oh man, I paid for trying to parry. I gotta try to stun him. Nope. Dead. But I think it's a good one to stop on since I'm about to run out of time here. Okay, so he has what kind of threw me off with him. He has this little clone he brings with him, or his little shadow friend or whatever. It's like a noob Cybot thing, right? For Mortal Kombat. So yeah, so I don't think he's that difficult. You guys just gotta watch for his little friend there and just look to parry him. Just take our time. So we come back next time. That's what we'll look to do, guys. Let me let this load screen come up here, and we'll go ahead and stop right here. As I said, I think we're getting pretty low on time. See where it spits me out. Oh, it's gonna spit me out right here. Or, yeah, just right there. Okay, guys, I'm gonna go ahead and stop right here. When we come back, we'll try them again, but that'll do it for this one. Appreciate y'all watching. I'll catch you all next time. Have a great day. Peace.